That Mr. Williams is absolutely innocent, that he was used as a tool by the escapees and is being used as a fall guy by Sheriff Hudson.
There's been accusations that he turned off the water, moved the toilet. What would you say to these accusations?
Well, first off, him turning off the water is not an accusation, it's a fact. We readily admit that. He is the jail plumber. There was an overflowing toilet in what he tells me was a handicap stall that should not have been in use. Nevertheless was open, and this toilet apparatus was clogged and spilling out into the floor. He was told by a deputy there was no work order. He asked, and the deputy convinced him that as he was there, could he just look at it? He assessed the situation, determined he would have to shut off the water to fix it, which he did in his role as jail plumber.
What has your client said about the threats that he may or may not have received from?
That is a complete mischaracterization by law enforcement. Mr. Williams had a passing exchange with one of the inmates wherein he was assessing the toilet, made the determination he needed to turn off the water. The inmate, as he was there, happened to say something about shanking him. He didn't take this as a threat. He wasn't acting out of fear. He was taking this as normal jailhouse banter. He reported it during his interview with law enforcement because it is a fact that happened. But certainly, as lawyers and journalists both know, not all facts lead somewhere. He stated it as a fact, which it was. The fact that law enforcement has now tried to jump on that and make that his reason for conspiring, I suppose, is nothing more than a fallacy.
Where's your client being held and what comes next for him? Has he bonded out?
His bond is over $1 million and he's a jail plumber. He has not bonded out. As far as where he's being held, I would prefer to keep that a secret for his own safety.
What did y'all think about the bond that was set?
That I was not in court for that. I was appointed afterwards. I will say, based upon the charges, I understand this is a high-profile, nationally covered case. Nevertheless, when you look at what he's actually charged with versus the amounts, they are way out of bounds. That is completely ridiculous. This is a 33-year-old hometown man. The furthest he's gone away is college just a little up the road, where he was a tuba player in the marching band. He has worked at this jail for 5 years. He has never been arrested before. And now suddenly he's being shipped off to a secret location, housed separately from other inmates under a $1.1 million bond that there's simply no need in.
Do you think there was someone else inside the jail that was helping these inmates?
Do I think so? Yes. Do I have any proof of that? No. And does Sterling? No, because he was not part of any conspiracy. He was doing his job and was apparently used. And let me be clear, I don't think they used Sterling specifically. I think it was using the toilet specifically, and he had the misfortune of being the plumber on duty.
What comes next now? I know y'all were in court yesterday, or your client was. What comes next now for you and your client?
What should come next is my client going home, where innocent people belong. However, what we can expect is he will go through the screening process just like any other case that comes to the DA's office. They have up to 60 days to accept or refuse charges. Presuming they choose to accept some charges against him, then we would be set for arraignment and allotted to a court.
Yeah, anything else you would add?
I think we're good.